Good morning, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to another important online class organized by Mahajanpur College. And as usual, I am Farid Hussain here with you on this occasion. Dear students, you know, in my last class, I have already read out a passage from Unit 1, Lesson 2, Nelson Mandela from Apartheid fighter to president. My dear students, in my today's class, I will discuss about some questions from this passage. So, my dear students, let's start today's class. Dear students, first of all, you have to know that you have to face two types of questions from a passage, and the first one is multiple choice question. You know, there will be, according to the short syllabus designed for you by the authority associated with education, there will be 10 multiple choice questions for you, and for each questions you will get 1 mark. That is to say, you will get 10 marks from 10 multiple choice question. Okay, and each multiple choice question, in each multiple choice question, there will be some alternative words, and you have to choose the correct one from that question. Okay, and my dear students, the second one is open-ended question. That is to say, there will be 5 open-ended questions for you from a passage. According to passage, whatever you say, the students, you will get 3 marks in each question, in each open-ended question. Okay, that means you will get 15 marks from 5 questions. Okay, the students, so let's have a look at the board. I have here already mentioned some important words from the passage Nelson Mandela, Unit 1, Lesson 2. My dear students, here there are some important words for you. Actually, these words are very important for you for multiple choice question. Look at the students. First one is apartheid. What do you mean by apartheid, or what does the word, it can be, there can be a question just in this way, what does the word apartheid refers to, or what does the word apartheid stands for? And there will be 4 alternative word for you. You have to choose the correct one. Okay, now the students, actually apartheid means racism or discrimination. It stands for discrimination or racism or racial discrimination, whatever you can say. There will be 4 alternative words for you. What does the word apartheid stands for? And you have to choose the correct one. So the correct one will be racism or discrimination. Okay, my students, what does the word apartheid stands for? And that will be racism or discrimination or racial discrimination, whatever you can say. Okay, my dear students, the second one is emancipation. What does the word, it can be, what does the word emancipation means, or what does the word emancipation stands for, or what does the word emancipation refers to, or what does the word emancipation means. Okay, my dear students, what do you mean by emancipation? Emancipation means freedom or liberation. Emancipation means freedom or liberation. There there will be 4 alternative words for this question. What does the word emancipation stands for? And you have to choose the correct one, and and there will be definitely will be liberation or freedom. So the answer will be freedom or liberation. Freedom or liberation. Okay. What does the word emancipation? Emancipation means freedom or liberation. And the third one is political emancipation. If emancipation means freedom or liberation, I think you will get it clearly. What do you mean by political emancipation? So political emancipation means political freedom. Okay, political freedom. Political freedom. Sorry. Political freedom. So my dear students, what does the word political emancipation means or stands for? Political emancipation means political freedom. Okay. Now my dear students, decade, the most important word for you, decade. What does the word decade stands for or refers to, or what do you mean by the word decade? Okay. Decade means 10 years duration of 10 years or a period of 10 years. Okay, period of 10 years, a period of 10 years is called a decade. So my dear students, what do you mean by decade? What does the word decade stands for? Decade stands for a period of 10 years. A period of 10 years or a duration of 10 years. Okay. Now, my students, what does the word resolve? What does the word resolve stands for, or what does the word resolve refers to, or what is the closest meaning of the word resolve? There can be a question for the word resolve, just like this OM. And that is, what does the word resolve stands for, what does the word resolve refers to, or what do you mean by the word resolve, or what is the closest meaning by the word resolve. Okay. So my dear students, resolve means a firm determination. Resolve means a firm determination. Firm, F-I-R-M, firm determination. Okay. The word resolve stands for firm determination. But students, you have to memorize all these things for these important words. I think you will write these words down, write all these words and memorize all these things. Okay. And these are very important for you for multiple choice question. Okay. And students, the next one is healing. Healing, what does the word healing stands for? Healing means curing or soothing. Curing or soothing. There can be a alternative word. There can be some alternative words in this question, but there will be curing or soothing. Okay. What does the word healing stands for? Healing stands for curing or soothing. Okay. The next one is icon. Right, students, the next one is icon. What do you mean by icon? What does the word icon refers to? Icon refers to symbol or idol. Symbol or idol. There will be definitely alternative. There will be alternative symbol or idol of those four words, 4 alternatives, and the answer will be symbol or idol. Okay. Now, students, the next one is chasm. What does the word chasm stands for? Chasm means cleft. Chasm means cleft. Okay, chasm means cleft. You will memorize it, I think. My dear students, the next one is celebrity. Celebrity. My dear students, next one is celebrity. What does the word celebrity means? Celebrity means dignitary. 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 Okay, or something famous. Okay, something famous. Celebrity means something famous or a dignitary. Okay, my dear students, and the next one is epicenter. What does the word epicenter stands for, or what does the word epicenter refers to? There can be a question for multiple choice question. There can be a multiple choice question. What does the word epicenter means, or what does the mean, or what does the word epicenter stand for? Okay, epicenter stand for nucleus. Nucleus. The word epicenter means nucleus. Okay, and the next one is, my dear students, unwavering. What does the word unwavering stand for? Unwavering stand for unswerving. Unswerving. The word unwavering means unswerving, or the word unswerving stands for unwavering stands for unswerving. Okay, and the last one is, my dear students, that is very important for you. There can be a question, multiple choice question from this word. What does the word shekels stand for? What does the word shekels stand for? Or what is the closest meaning by the word shekels? Okay, shekels means restraint. Restraint. Shekels means restraint. Okay, students, these words are very important for you for multiple choice question. So I think you have written all these words just according to me, and you will memorize all these words. That will be very fruitful for you in the exam. Okay, my dear students, all these words are very important for you. Once again I repeat, all these words are very important for you, so you will memorize all these words. What does the word these words means? These word, what do these words means? These words means these words. Okay, now dear students, now I will discuss some open-ended question for you from this passage. That is very important for you, because there are 15 marks in open-ended question. There will be 5 open-ended question for you, and you will get 15 marks from those 5 questions. Okay, now the students, the first one you can the first one is, who is considered as a piece of as an icon of peace. Okay, as an icon of peace and reconciliation. As an icon of peace and reconciliation, and why? And students, I have written an open-ended question for you. Who is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation? My students, if there is a question with the double-S word who, then you can answer that question just like this way. You have to put the right answer in place of who. Students, who is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation? Actually, according to the passage, we have learned that actually Nelson Mandela is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation. So you have to write here the answer of this question. Nelson Mandela, and then the rest of the words in this question. Nelson Mandela is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation. Okay, and why? Why Nelson Mandela is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation? Right, students, you know from this passage, actually Nelson Mandela was the greatest leader of South Africa, and he guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. And so he is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation. Okay, so we can write here, if there is a question with why, then you can answer that question with because or because of. Okay, so my students, why is Nelson Mandela considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation? Because he guided South Africa. He guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. Okay, so we have to write here because he guided South Africa, he guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. Multiracial democracy. Okay, and as students, who is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation? Definitely that will be Nelson Mandela is considered as an icon of peace and reconciliation. And why? Because he guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy. Okay, so he is called as an icon of peace and reconciliation. Okay, and as students, now the next question is the very important question for you. How long was Mandela imprisoned? How long was Mandela imprisoned? The next question is, how long was Mandela imprisoned? Actually, if there is a question with how long, how many, or how, then you have to write the answer of that question. You have to write at first the subject of that question. Actually, the subject of that question is Mandela. So we can answer this question just like this way. We have to write at first the subject of this question, Mandela, and then verb. You have to write verb. Mandela was, the rest of the words. Mandela was imprisoned. Mandela was imprisoned. How long? How long was Mandela imprisoned? Actually, Mandela imprisoned for nearly 3 decades, according to the passage. You can see from this passage, Mandela was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. So we can Now write the question here. Mandela was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. Okay. Now students, the next question is, students, the next question is very important question for you. What was Mandela determined to do? What was Mandela determined to do? If there is a question with what, so my students, you have to answer that question just like this way. What was Mandela determined to do? Mandela actually, what was Mandela determined to do? Now, my students, at first we have to write the subject of that question. The subject is Mandela. Then verb was determined. Mandela was determined. What was Mandela determined to do? Well, students, you know, according to the passage, Mandela actually determined to bring down apartheid from South Africa. Mandela was determined. This is the resolve of Mandela to bring down apartheid from South Africa. Okay, so we can write here the answer. Mandela was determined to bring down apartheid from South Africa. And the next question is, along with this question, which helped him to win the support of the world? Which helped him to win the support of the world? If there is a question with any WS question, any WS word, if there is a question with any WS word, then if there is no auxiliary verb or subject after that, then you can write the answer in place of that WS question. Okay, WS word. Okay, now just look at this. Here is a WS word which, but there is no auxiliary verb or subject after that. So we can write the answer in place of which. Here we can we had to write the answer in place of which. Which helped him to win the support of the world? Which helped him to win the support of the world? I think you know his prestige and charisma. His prestige and charisma, you know, according to the passage, we have learned that his prestige and charisma actually helped him to win the support of the world. When the white leader, when the white African leader actually imprisoned him for nearly 3 decades, then his charisma and his prestige and charisma actually helped him to support the world. Okay, so my dear students, we can write here the answer in place of his prestige and charisma. His prestige and charisma. And then the rest of the word of that question, helped him. Helped him to win the support of the world. Okay, my students, just like this, you have to write answer of these open-ended question. Okay, my students, there are another some question in this passage that can be what is the ideal of Nelson Mandela? What was the ideal of Nelson Mandela? You know, the ideal of Nelson Mandela was a free and democratic society in which all the person of South Africa, all people of South Africa will get equal rights and opportunities. You can find these answer in the passage, I think. So the ideal of what was the ideal of Nelson Mandela? The ideal of Nelson Mandela is a free and a democratic society in which all the people of South Africa will get equal rights and opportunity. Okay, my dear students, there can be another question: when did Nelson Mandela become the first black president in South Africa? When did Nelson Mandela become the first black president in South Africa? You know, Nelson Mandela became the first black president in South Africa in 1994. Okay, in 1994. So, my dear students, there can be another question: when did Nelson Mandela, when was Nelson Mandela awarded Nobel Peace Prize? When was Nelson Mandela awarded Nobel Peace Prize? Actually, you know, Nelson Mandela was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. In 1993. Okay, my dear students, just like this, you have to practice to answer these questions. You have to know at first the whole passage. You have to know at first. You have to understand to read out the passage. By reading out the passage, you have to understand. You have to know all these things about this passage at first, and then definitely you will be able to answer all the question, I think. Okay. So, my dear students, there can be a multiple choice question: how many years did Nelson Mandela imprisoned? The answer will definitely nearly 3 decades. Nearly 3 decades. There can be another question: who helped Nelson Mandela to negotiate the end of apartheid, or to free him from the prison 3 years earlier? 3 years earlier, actually, according to the passage, you know, F.W. de Klerk, the white African leader, helped him to negotiate the end of the apartheid and helped him to free from the prison 3 years earlier. Okay, and when did Nelson Mandela actually left his public life? Actually, Nelson Mandela left his public life in June 2004, in his 86th birthday. In June 2004, Nelson Mandela left public life, or he lived political career. He left public life in June 2004. Okay, my students, I have tried to understand you. I have tried to make you understand some question from this passage. I think you will you have got all these things I have already discussed today. So no more today. See you the next class. Allah Hafiz.